Hello campers, Bryan Pate here, Director of Instruction at Martis Camp, alongside
Hanna, personal trainer at Martis Camp Fitness Center.
So what we want to talk about today is setup and the importance of setup. So what I have here is an alignment rod. I'm just going to put my club down on the ground. And a good way to find your setup, if I was standing on the alignment rod, when I'm standing tall facing Hanna, I'm balanced on the alignment rod. I'm not too much on my heels, too much on my toes. I'm just balanced on the alignment rod. From there, arms are long, palms on the thighs. I can hinge over till my fingertips hit the tops of my kneecaps, slight knee bend, and let my arms hang. And you can see how they're starting to hang on top of the chest and then pointing down towards my toes. And from here, I'm still balanced on top of the alignment rod, where I haven't sat back into my heels or reached too far forwards. And Hanna has a good drill we could do at the home, in the house, in the gym. What would that be?
So you can grab a kettlebell or some sort of weight dumbbell, maybe you have some water bottles at home, and basically just doing the same thing, making sure that your feet are about shoulder width apart, hip width apart, so that you're in that athletic position. Basically what Bryan's going to be doing is standing back onto that alignment rod and then hinging over from the hips, so you're going to see him bend through. Same thing, he's letting gravity just take hold of that kettlebell, and he doesn't want to have it too far out in front of him, too far in between his legs. It's just hanging right down towards the feet like he was telling you before. And then from there you can just fiddle fart with squeezing back between the shoulder blades and keeping the chest slightly open.
Perfect. So what I feel from here is when the kettlebell's hanging down, I still feel balanced on top of the alignment rod. If I was trying to reach the kettlebell out, you can see it's starting to pull me to my toes. If I start getting the kettlebell hanging a little bit more inside the toes, it starts pushing me towards my heels, so I can feel how the kettlebell wants to let the arms hang straight and trying to find my balance on the alignment rod. Also, as I'm starting to hold the kettlebell longer, my arms are soft, but I'm starting to feel my core kind of engaged. What does that do to our hip tilts?
So basically when you get your core engaged, you're thinking about pulling that belly button in and up towards the spine and the sternum. So when you're tilting forward, that's just causing that contraction as that kettlebell is pulling you forward. You're not resisting against it, but you're basically holding that good postural position in that hinge position.
Perfect. And that's a good little drill. What we could do when we're holding the kettlebell, just letting it hang, is can I move my belt buckle towards my buttons on the shirt or towards my rib cage, which would be leveling out my pelvis or my belt. If I do the opposite, point the belt down to the ground, you can see this big curve starting to join my back. What does that start to do with our rotation in the golf swing?
So when you have that big lumbar curve, or lordotic curve is what we call it in the fitness center, then it's going to limit Bryan's golf swing as he comes back, so he's not going to be able to get full range of motion as he comes back and forward. But if he tilts in that posterior pelvic tilt where he tucks his hips slightly under but not too far, just creating that neutral spine, he's able to find that good range of motion as he comes back and comes through the swing.
Perfect. So what we could do is kind of some Goldilocks too. Can I do belt buckle all the way to the rib cage, belt buckle all the way to the ground, and kind of find neutral. That way the pelvis is going to sit nicely into the hip socket and let the pelvis turn in the backswing. So having a good setup, one with balance and posture, two with pelvis, is going to help us in the golf swing. So from there, if I grab our golf club, let the club feel like it's hanging from my shoulder, just like the kettlebell. From there, can I set my feet under my upper body? Might have to move around a little bit, but can you have the same feel that you're standing on the alignment rod, nice and balanced, that club's just barely hovering, and then from there you can go ahead and look at your target, look at your ball, and make a little swing. So hopefully this little setup helps you with some stuff you could do on the golf course, create some awareness. Also, you could do it at home, in the safety of your own home or at the gym. If you have any questions, reach out to Hanna. Great source of information. Thanks for coming out today.
Yeah, thanks Bryan. Thanks guys for watching.